Last year, October, my daughter Eliana came back from school one Friday and she was complaining of her wrist pain, and there was a swelling in the hand. Then after a day, I thought it was just normal push. Maybe she got a push from school and she injured herself. Then the next day, she started feeling very hot, and the fever was consistent. It was not stopping. Then we took her to a private hospital, Tehila Children's Hospital here in Port Harcourt at Odili Road. Then they ran some tests in her for malaria, and it was saying that she had malaria plus, and they did a full blood count for her. They said her white blood cells are very high, and they were now observing her for sepsis and treating for sepsis at the same time, because the swelling got bad and the fever also got bad. It affected her two legs. She was unable to walk at that period. Then we were on admission for like a week, and her blood also got low and she was transfused. So along the line, the doctor said they were going to do a blood film for her to confirm why her white cell counts are very high. So it was then they now said they saw some blasts in her blood, and they were going to do a bone marrow aspiration test for her to ascertain the problem. So after much back and forth, we went to UPTH, University of Port Harcourt Teaching Hospital. We went there. From there, they transferred us to Rivers State University Teaching Hospital, because then they went on strike. That was where we did the bone marrow aspiration test, and the diagnosis came out that she had leukemia, acute lymphoblastic leukemia, ALL.
Hey, what's up, ladies and gentlemen? It's another episode of Ekochu Comedy. And today with me I have
Mrs. Judith Ebube Okeke.
Okay, Mrs. Judith. Okay, I know most of you will be hoping for this to be a loyalty test. It's a pathetic story. So, Mrs. Judith actually texted me on TikTok saying she has a problem currently. She has a problem. It's actually the story of Eliana, right?
Yes.
Eliana. We're currently in Port Harcourt to come see Mrs. Judith and her child. She's being disturbed by disease, by sickness currently, and she needs everyone's help. Your 10 naira, 20 naira, 15 naira, 1,000 naira, 2,000 naira will go a long way for she and her family. So I'll be passing the mic over to Mrs. Judith to tell her side of the story.
Good afternoon, viewers. My name is Mrs. Judith Ebube Okeke. I'm from Anambra State. We are currently based in Port Harcourt with my family. So last year, October, my daughter Eliana, I'm the mother of Eliana. She's 2 years old. She'll be 3 years by July. So last year, October, Eliana came back from school one Friday and she was complaining of her wrist pain, and there was a swelling in the hand. Then after a day, I thought it was just normal push. Maybe she got a push from school and she injured herself. Then the next day, she started feeling very hot, and the fever was consistent. It was not stopping. Then we took her to a private hospital, Tehila Children's Hospital here in Port Harcourt at Odili Road. Then they ran some tests in her for malaria, and it was saying that she had malaria plus, and they did a full blood count for her. They said her white blood cells are very high, and they were now observing her for sepsis and treating for sepsis at the same time, because the swelling got bad and the fever also got bad. It affected her two legs. She was unable to walk at that period. Then we were on admission for like a week, and her blood also got low and she was transfused. So along the line, the doctor said they were going to do a blood film for her to confirm why her white cell counts are very high. So it was then they now said they saw some blasts in her blood, and they were going to do a bone marrow aspiration test for her to ascertain the problem. So after much back and forth, we went to UPTH, University of Port Harcourt Teaching Hospital. We went there. From there, they transferred us to Rivers State University Teaching Hospital, because then they went on strike. that was where we did the bone marrow aspiration test, and the diagnosis came out that she had leukemia, acute lymphoblastic leukemia, ALL. And from then, it has been a very rough and devastating journey for us, because the doctor said the mother, I have to quit my job while she stops school, so I would take care of her. Then they said she will start undergoing the chemotherapy. So she started the chemotherapy December, the first cycle of the chemotherapy. So then they told us that after the first cycle of the chemotherapy, they will have to repeat the bone marrow aspiration test to ascertain if the cancer cells are really dying off. So after the first cycle, we were so happy because she responded so well to the treatment. So it was when the other bone marrow test was done that they now said the cancer cells are still there, that the cells are not dying, that the only solution now is that Eliana will be having a bone marrow transplant, which they don't do here in Nigeria. That was what they told us. So we started our search, and then
Okay, guys, we're sorry for the cuts in the video. We're trying our possible best not to make the video long, and she's feeling hot from time to time. She's always having this discomfort.
So after the doctors told us that the chemotherapy wasn't working, that the only solution now is for her to get a bone marrow transplant, which they don't do here in Nigeria. So then it was really heartbreaking for us, because I had to quit my job and stay with her at home. Then we started sourcing for hospitals, making contacts for hospitals, at least that are affordable. The 2 hospitals we got is in India. We were able to get 2 hospitals that gave us their costs, and they said the cost of the treatment in India will be around $55,000, which is a huge sum of money. And since they have been soliciting for help from people to help us raise these funds, but recently, as Eliana's story has been circulating, we got a call from someone in US that gave us a contact of a professor here in Nigeria that also does this bone marrow transplant.
Where's the professor at?
Is at Benin.
Okay.
The man is in Benin, but he normally, because our doctors initially told us that he does there's a professor that does bone marrow transplant here in Nigeria, but it's for sickle cell, that they are not quite sure if they do for leukemia patients. So when this person from US called us and told us about that same professor, he now gave us the man's direct contact. Then we called the professor, and the professor confirmed to us that yes, that these transplants can be done here in Nigeria, Benin to be precise. And he gave us his own cost, and he said it will cost around 35 to 40 million naira. So since we got this man's contact, we have been trying to reach out to him, which he has been giving us a good response on the steps to follow. And now we're considering of using the hospital here in Benin, since it's a bit cheaper than the one in India that said $55,000. So that is where we are now. But currently, Eliana is undergoing a maintenance chemotherapy to sustain her while we source for funds, because doctors say we can't just leave her like that and be looking for money, since the money is not there, because her blood counts normally go very low, that she'll be so weak. So from time to time, we do go to the hospital to get some shots of chemotherapy and maybe blood transfusion if her blood level is low. The last blood transfusion she had was last week Monday, still at River State Teaching Hospital, because her blood level was low and she was weak. So that is the point that we are now.
Okay. The professor you spoke with, so the person you contacted,
Yes, sir.
Was it a video call? Was it a voice call? Like, how sure are you the person is actually the?
It was actually a voice call.
Okay.
So after we made the call,
did you do
with
your
the
research?
Man, yes, after we called the man, then we contacted our doctor here in Nigeria.
You want to read? She wants to read. Okay, guys, sorry again for cutting the video. Like I said, she's always been disturbed by discomfort and heat. She not heat, Abby.
She's feeling hot inside.
Okay, she's feeling hot inside. Okay, so before the video ended, I asked a question about the professor, the doctor. Is in Bini.
Yes, he is.
Okay, did you do your research? Did you find out if he really does the transplant?
Yes, because after we called the man, then we had to call our own doctor, the oncologist that is handling Eliana here in Port Harcourt.
Okay.
So we told her, she's Dr. Chioma, we told her about the man. So she asked us to forward the man's number and the name. So when we called the man's name, she now sent the number to her. She also called and confirmed. Then she now sent us the man's business card that yes, that he's the one that certified. That she was actually talking about from the initial stage. But okay. She was not sure that he does for leukemia, but she has confirmed it.
Okay. So sorry for asking the questions, but I don't know. I just feel the need to why is she not in the hospital?
Okay, like I said earlier, after that first chemotherapy, after that first cycle of chemotherapy.
When was that?
That was December till it ended on the 13th of January.
Okay.
This year. Then we repeated that bone marrow aspiration test, and they found out that the cancer cells were not dying. So then they said we are going to do the only option now we are left with is the bone marrow transplant. All the pains she was having, like the leg, because she was unable to walk when this whole thing started. So all those pains stopped, like it reduced. So the doctor said that she's strong enough to go home and be coming from home to receive chemotherapy from time to time, and then they'll be monitoring her blood counts every week.
Okay.
To know when the blood goes down for transfusion. Then if there's any time at all she feels unwell, they will readmit us in the hospital. So that's why she's at home now, because we being in the hospital is just like accumulating more bills for herself. Because when the doctors come, they will check on her and see that yes, she's strong enough to be at home for now. Then they always check on us from time to time to know if she feels unwell, and always tell us to bring her to the hospital. Like we go to the hospital every week for a checkup.
Okay. I think this should be my last question. When did it all start? Like the leukemia?
It first started as a fever, October 2024, last year. We thought it was just normal malaria fever. So when the doctors kept treating, the first private hospital we went to here in Port Harcourt, Children's Hospital, when they kept treating, but the fever was still, like if she feels like she's okay, we'll come back to the house. After 2 days, the fever will come back and it will get worse. So that's when we now said, let's go to a teaching hospital and treat. So when we got there, they now said after they've done all the tests they've done, when they found the blast in her blood, they started tracing for leukemia or sickle cell. But when they checked her genotype and they were sure that she was AA, then they had to opt for that bone marrow aspiration test, which will show everything that is wrong in her system. So that was when they diagnosed her, and that was December 13th December. That's when the diagnosis came out and said it was leukemia.
Okay, guys, you've heard Mrs. Judith's story. You've heard Eliana's story. So this video is an awareness. We're trying to create an awareness for her. We're seeking for help. We're soliciting for help. We need your help. We need your love. We need your support. They need your support. They need your help. So the video you're watching right now, our account will be tagged in the video. We're going to drop. Okay, it's your husband's account. Okay, where's your husband at?
He went to work.
Okay. All right. So we'll be coming to Port Harcourt from time to time to check on Eliana, to know what's up with her. I think probably on our next coming we should be able to go to the hospital with you. Maybe you just let us know, you inform us on when you'll be going to the hospital so we can talk to the doctors to try to see what's really going on. And we've done our own parts. We're trying to help. We're putting out our best for them. Do you have anything to say to the audience?
Please, we're just begging and soliciting for help. I know it's not easy right now in the country, in the world. It's not easy for anyone, but please help us save our 2-year-old. It's not really easy seeing or watching your child pass through pains and you really cannot do anything, because all this discomfort she's feeling at night, it gets worse. You have to stay awake, try to make her sleep or calm her down, when you can't just do anything to stop it, because even the drugs that she's taking, it causes more discomfort for her as a child. So please, we're just begging you, no amount is too small or too big to just help us save our child. Please, we are begging. And as you do so, we pray that God will bless you all and you will not experience this kind of thing for yourself, your friends, or your family. You will know no pain. Thank you so much.
Amen. So guys, don't forget to share the video. Don't forget to like the video. Drop your comments in the comment section. Please share the video. Please, if not for anything, share the video. Thank you.